morning and happy Friday, traders. I hope you are having a great start to your day. It's still early here. So it's 8:30 a.m. Central Time. The market just opened and we're just getting started. How are y'all doing this morning? I think I need a couple extra cups of coffee. Well, I am glad to see you here. Just getting set up here. I see one other tweak that I need to make in the settings here, and it'll be rocking and rolling. If you're here, be sure to say hi. We are live right now on all platforms, and we're going to be covering how to use Outlier today. We're going to be covering how to use the world's best AI stock trading assistant and all kinds of cool stuff. And while you're at it, put your favorite stocks in the chat, and we can showcase how Outlier works with them. I mean, I am super stoked that we can have this opportunity to go live. Super stoked that I can show you all the cool stuff with Outlier, and super stoked for all the new people who have joined in with us on Outlier. We are running a special right now. You can get a one-time price that is the lowest price it's ever going to be ever. And you can actually get Outlier lifetime access for just 79 bucks right now. More on that later, but it's usually $69 a month. And right now we're running a really special, a double special, where you can get Outlier for just $79 one time for lifetime access. So like I say, if you're here, be sure to say hi. We're going to jump right into it. Just say, hey, good morning. Alex, good morning. Alex is one of our members in the Discord. And that is actually, in my opinion, probably one of the best parts of being inside of Outlier is the Discord. We've got a huge Discord community that's growing by the day. We're doing all kinds of stuff in there. You can see we do all the live streams from here. We talk about different opportunities in here. We talk about how people are using it in one way or another. We also have all kinds of cool stuff to help you out inside of here. Like this is how I trade. So I am a partner with Outlier, but I also am a full-time trader. So I showcase my entire strategy in here, link by link, click by click, exactly how I do it. If you want to follow along with all of my trades are right here that I put on as well. And we've got new people every single day joining us. And a couple other things real quick. In the About Us section of the Discord, you can see just who we are. So there's Mark. He is the co-founder, and there's his handle. There's Mahesh. He's the co-founder. There's his handle. There's myself. There's Ferdinand, who also works with us. And then you'll see Simon, whose handle is Outlier inside our trading group. And then April. And April's handle right there, Outlier April. So yeah, we are all about being able to work with you, get you set up. And in fact, when I started working with Mark and Mahesh, I'm like, at this point, we're giving them so much inside of Outlier that I don't know what else they could need to be successful. All you've got to do really is show up, pay attention, cut your losses short, and let your winners run. And you should hopefully have the opportunity to make some great changes in your life because of Outlier. So let me get started here. And yeah, like I say, if you're here, please say hi in the chat. I'd like to say hi back. April is here. Good to see you. Rudy is here. Good to see you. Just hey, Chris, I was wondering, I don't see any help files or direction on how to use your tool. Did I miss that somewhere? Dude, we are on that right now. In fact, I'm actually glad you asked. We're going to be covering a lot about that today in this web class, in this webinar. So don't stress. You're literally in the right place. Let's keep on going here. Now, let me see who else is here. We've got Leonid. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Chris, how soon is India coming? So we do have some other markets that are being worked on right now. We have a lot of testing that we have to do, of course. And we also have a ton of new people who are signing on, asking specifically for these type of things. And because of that, we are absolutely taking that into account. We do have a lot of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? A lot of milestones that we're working on hitting right now. And once we've achieved those milestones, then we should be able to add new markets and potentially add crypto as well. A lot of people have been asking about crypto. Rabbit, hey, how you doing, my friend? All right, so let's jump right into it. Don't you wish that you could just set it and forget it? What if you could just sit back and relax and let the world's best AI stock trading assistant do all the hard work for you, right? That's what I say about this, right? It does all the hard work for you. It finds incredible trades for you. That way you can set it and forget it. Now, I've been trading for 15 years. I know I've traded at least 5,000 times and hundreds of names of stock. And I'll tell you, Outlier showed me the data that I had been missing, right? And as soon as I added Outlier to my results, they massively improved. These are my results for the second half of last year. 48.77% return. Once I nailed down exactly how I was going to start using Outlier, my results just skyrocketed, right? And so we're looking at 48.77% return for me on only 24 trades. Yeah, and when I tell people that, they usually don't realize just how quickly we were able to make this 48.77% happen. So I was pretty stoked about that. So let me explain just how this works, right? You get the buy and sell signals, so you know when to get in and out of positions. And this is personally my number one go-to and where I start every day. So let's jump right into the platform. And we've got lots of people asking lots of good questions. So let's jump right into it. So on the watch list tab inside the platform right here, you'll notice this is when you get into the platform. There's all kinds of areas you can go explore. So let's do that today. On our watch list, you can go and add any name you want to your watch list. So for example, if I like ANGI, I can just hit this star and you'll see it gets added to the watch list right away. Now, anytime ANGI in the future gets a buy or sell signal, I'll actually know without having to jump into the platform. It'll actually email me. I got an email 2 days ago and an email yesterday for the Qs having a buy signal, QQQ, and the SPY having a buy signal. And so those actually came straight to my email. And I was like, oh, sweet, we got a buy signal on those. Let's go check that out. So that makes things a lot easier, right? I know a lot of our customers like to really fill in their watch list because we cover over 1,600 of the biggest names. And you can see there's the bear list here. We've got over 1,000 on the sell side right now. We've only got 400 on the buy side right now. And this changes every day, right? If you come into the platform every single day, you're going to see most likely at least one buy and at least one sell. And what's really cool too is that when we have the downside indicators flash, I have seen legitimately 700 hit the bear list on a single day because Outlier is looking out for you and it says, oh, geez, if we got a downside indicator going, anybody who's on the buy signal, slap them over to the sell signal immediately. So it's just like, boom, almost instantly, you can have a huge switch like that. That way you can take risk off the table. That's the way I look at it, right? Of course, we want to have as many opportunities to buy stocks, but taking risk off the table as fast as possible is one of the most important things that you can do. So that's the watch list right here. And this is where I start every single day is looking at these. You can actually pop this open even and get some more detail by hitting this little, expand button. And you can see which sector these stocks are in. You can see the last signal date, right? So January 26th, 25th, 24th. And then you can see if there is a downside or recovery indicator active at that time and how much it costs, right? A lot of people like to trade penny stocks. A lot of people like to trade stocks that have at least, let's say $20. That's my limit. I like to trade stocks that are $20 or more. So I can go over here and say, okay, I'm actually not going to trade ANGI. It's too cheap for me, but I might look at ASGN. And just like that, I've added ASGN to my watch list. And now it'll come to me if ever it gets, I shouldn't say if ever, but the next time it gets a buy or a sell signal. So that's pretty handy. Let's jump into the questions. Jaboski. I like that. Jaboski. How can I find what stock is trending? That's a great question. The easiest way, in my opinion, is by checking out the watch list tab right here. The watch list tab is where I start everything. And I think that it's going to have basically everything you'd want to know all in one spot. What stock is trending? Just take your pick, right? Trending up or down. Here's Zillow. Let's go take a look at Zillow. So I can just click into the stock and it'll load up and it'll tell you, okay, here are all the buy and sell signals. Here's the total trading days that we've covered in the platform, 936 days. And during the 936 days, only 130 days of that 936 did we actually have a buy signal active. So a lot of the time, you're not even in the market. It's only showing 6 buy signals, average holding time of 22 days, and a signal return during that time of 21.54%. And your capital efficiency, meaning how much time you're in the market versus how much time you're out of the market, compared to the gains that you have, is a 15x. So huge, huge returns on Zillow here. And so we talked a minute ago about downside and recovery indicators. That's what these green bars, these red bars, and these orange bars are right here. And think of them like a stoplight, right? If you've got a yellow light, you might want to start looking to take your profits. If you've got a red light, don't even bother to buy this stock. If you've got a green light, we are in a recovery mode following the downside indicators there, right? So we can take a look at, this. That looks like a huge win right there. So let's look at November 6th through December 28th on the chart here. So I'm going to go into TrendSpider. That's what I use for charting here. But we can go from, what was that? November 6th to December 28th. Yeah. November 6th. That's right here. And man, it did have a huge run. December 28th is right here. Now, keep in mind, whenever you're buying a stock, you can't see the future, right? So let's just imagine for a minute that this is what you're looking at here, right? It's had a decent sell-off in Zillow, and Outlier is giving you a buy signal. So you take that buy signal here on November 6th, and you're holding it, and let's say you got in around 36.50. And then it starts taking off. Within a few days, we're at 42. Within a few more days, we're at 47, then 50, then 55. And then we get a sell signal almost at the very top. I mean, we're within 50 cents of the whole top right there. So you took that buy signal right there. That was a 59.6% return in 36 candles. And you didn't have to do anything during that period, right? You're not day trading the mess out of this. You're not fighting to get in and out of trades. You're just like, okay, I got a buy signal, click buy. And wait. Got a sell signal, click sell. How did I do in between? 59.6%. I am a swing trader, right? I only trade in the last 45 minutes of the trading day. Generally, most of the time, my strategy takes about 10 minutes or less to run. And something like this is exactly what fits in my wheelhouse, because I don't want to be sitting at a screen all day. And you probably don't want to be sitting at a screen all day. And that's one of the cool things about Outlier, is that you can literally set it and forget it. You put Zillow on your watch list after you've seen, oh, this looks great, I want to follow this. So let's say on November 7th, you come in and you say, okay, I'm gonna add this to my watch list, right? Boom, I added it to my favorites. Then I go over to my watch list here, and then I don't have to do anything. It will email me on the day that the sell signal comes, and it will say, hey, now's the time to get out. Let's go. And then you can jump in and say, okay, how did I do on Zillow? Oh, daggum, I'm up 59.7%. That is pretty awesome. Let's move on with this. Okay, cool. So we did just get a buy signal on Zillow, in fact, today. So if you are interested in trading with Zillow, now may be the perfect time, if it fits your risk profile, to jump right in. Actually, I forgot to say as well, don't listen to anything I say. I know I popped this up earlier. I'm just a random guy on the internet. Don't listen to anything that I say. Here's my legal disclaimer. But today may be the day where you are interested in taking a look at Zillow, and then set it on your favorites list, and then don't look at it again until you get the exit signal, if you're comfortable with taking that risk. So I think that's pretty handy. Josiah says, do you cover crypto? Not yet. Not yet. Like I say, we are expanding into different markets and different territories and different asset classes, and crypto definitely looks like, because of the popularity that we are having, it could be on the roadmap for the very near future. Okay, April says, do you have a strategy type where we can select with historical win and loss rates? So inside of the platform, it does not actually show the win and loss rates, but it does show how many signals would have been taken and the aggregate return during that time. So here's the S&P 500. It's been covered for 1,275 days with only 29 buy signals, right? So you're not in and out all the time. You're in and you let it work, and then you get out. Your average holding period is only 19 days. So I really like to go back to that because so many people think that when you get into trading, you have to be sitting in front of the screen all the time. And you really don't. If you're only getting a signal and you're only following the SPY, on average, you're only getting a signal 29 times in the span of 4 years. And then the average holding period while you're actually while you bought the stock is 19 days. So you're not having to sit there. You're not having to go through it. You're not having to worry. You're just setting it and forgetting it and letting Outlier do the hard work for you. That's what I really, really love about that, April. That was a good question. All right. Do the stock recommendations rely on technical analysis? No. So that's a really good question as well. The way the Outlier works is actually on consumer behavior, on investor behavior. So while we can look at this and we can say, oh, you know what? It's in an uptrend and we got a sell signal here. Okay, what does that mean? And we've got a buy trend here inside of an uptrend, right? Why would I sell inside of an uptrend? Because the stock has gotten too greedy. Maybe you've heard the old adage of be fearful when people are greedy and greedy when people are fearful. And that's what we're trying to show here with these buy and sell signals. And they also correlate to this down at the bottom, which is called our behavioral heat map chart. So behavioral heat map chart is a very exciting way, a very strong way to say that we want to make sure that if people are getting too greedy, too excited, to get you out, right? Or if people are getting too fearful, that's probably going to be the bottom of the market and that's time to get back in. So the way that I trade this is when it gets too dark green, I go ahead and I get out. And you can see we got the sell signal right around that time. And if it gets too dark red, that may be the time for a new buy if you are looking to go long. So that's the way that I trade it. I know people trade it differently. I actually have certain shades of green that I look for, but in general, we can look at basically any stock on here and you're going to see the correlations to buy and sell signals come pretty close to these dark greens, right? You've got a sell right there on that dark green. And you've got a buy once we got out of this downside indicator here and hit a dark red, we got a buy, and this is on Apple and a huge run up there. Apple showing 27 buy signals over the course of 4 years. So the average holding period is only 22 days. You don't have to be fighting to keep this trade on all the time. Signal return, 349.43%. Astronomical returns following Apple. So I love this. Maybe I should hit this as a favorite of mine. So now it's on my watch list once I reload the page. Right there. Right there, Apple. So yeah, I love this platform. This is really, really handy. Rudy says, do the stock recommendations rely on technical analysis? Okay, that was a good question. No, they are based on behavioral movements, behavioral analysis of the investors, which is a deeper level than you're ever going to find in technical analysis. All right, let's see. Jacobsky says, great, thanks. Can this tool also be used for trading options? Oh, my dude. Yeah, that's what I trade. I don't trade regular stocks. It's funny. The other day, I was looking at a stock that was not very liquid. And this was inside our trading room. So our trading room members who are in the Discord, which is included in the Outlier, they were in there with me. And we were looking at a stock that wasn't liquid in options. And I was looking to buy the stock outright. And I use Tastyworks, and they recently migrated their platform. I used the web-based version, and I legitimately was like, how do I buy the stock? I've been so used to buying options for so long. I was like, where's the button to just buy the stock? So yes, it absolutely works with options. And I can tell you for sure that it works that way. And in fact, Jacobsky inside the Discord, I would highly recommend checking out this section down here, the 10-minute swing trading options, because these are all of my trades and all the calls and all the puts that I've bought and sold using Outlier. So yeah, for sure. Josiah says, awesome. Rudy says, when you said you'll have updates, as mentioned in one of the reviews. Oh yeah, we are actively working on updates right now. In fact, in the next couple weeks, we should be rolling out some new upgrades to the platform. One of the upgrades is going to have what I think is going to be super cool. In fact, whenever we're looking at these type of stocks, right? There's going to be times where it's right here, where it's a strong buy, and it's going to say right on the chart, right in the watch list, strong buy. And a strong buy, in my opinion, is the gold standard for when I want to get into a trade. Strong buy on Apple. Boom. And then maybe a weak buy right here, right? And then you can see this one didn't work out so well over time. It actually ended up just about a little over break even. I looked at the chart there. In fact, we can look at the chart real quick. Yeah, you can see it was here to here. So you made about a couple bucks on it on that one trade. However, the trade before that, going from March 27th up to July 13th, I mean, that was a $32 move, 20%, and you didn't have to do anything for 75 days, which makes it super, super, super easy. Let's go to the chat here. Oh, but as far as the upgrades, that should be coming here hopefully in February, maybe mid-February, maybe late February, but the upgrade should be coming during February, and I'm really stoked and looking forward to that. I know that I'm personally going to get access to the dev platform. So if you are inside of the Discord, you're actually going to be getting to see the same thing that I am, because I'm going to be looking at both the dev and the real version side by side and comparing inside of our trading room every single day. That's going to be part of what we're doing in there during that time. So I'm looking forward to that. Good question. Linot says, can you check Tesla? It shows buy signal when it's now down. How do you react in such a situation? That is a good question, right? So the way that I would, let me see if I got Tesla on here. I don't have Tesla. Always keep your risk in check, right? You could have the best laid plans in the world, and whenever a stock doesn't perform, it is up to you to make sure you cut your risk, right? And yeah, we did get a buy signal here, and it's gone down, and that's part of the trading game, right? Of course, we can never be perfectly accurate, but historically over time, we see a 188% return, average holding period of only 17 days. So you can have times where it goes against you like this, but it's the times where you get those big wins that offset those small losers. So of course, anytime you make a trade, you are absolutely putting risk out into the market, and you need to be sure that you have an exit plan and exit strategy in case it doesn't go your way. Let's move on to Alex. How is the signal return calculated? How are losses and wins managed in the calculation approach? Alex, that's a good question. I'm not sure if Mahesh or Mark are on the line right now. If they are, I would appreciate it if they jumped in to help with that calculation. But in general, let's go to the S&P 500. We're at, pop this out. Let me pop this out to the max version. And you'll see here, Alex, we covered 1,275 days. During that time, the buy signals were active of 538 of those days. How is signal return calculated? It's between those 2 points. So from the buy to the sell, how much of a difference did we make from the buy to the sell? How are wins and losses managed in the calculation approach? Exactly that, right? And in fact, like on Tesla right now, we just talked about a minute ago, while you as a trader may have gotten out, Outlier's sell signal has not quite been hit yet. And I have seen trades that have really outperformed what I was expecting. In fact, let's jump into that one on SPY. So this is October 17th. Now, I wanted to bring this one up because specifically, I remember when that happened. And those in the trading room will as well. I said, I'm not taking that trade. Hang on, let me remove some notes here. I remember when that trade came up, I told Mahesh, so Mahesh is one of the founders. This is Mahesh. We're having a meeting on it. And I'm like, Mahesh, I'm not taking that trade. And he's like, just wait, Chris, just wait. I'm like, okay, I'll wait, but I'm not taking this trade, but I'm going to watch. And it really outperformed what I was expecting. It went from here up to here. So it went up $20, about 5% on the market after it had gone down about 6%. So like I say, while that was happening, I was like, okay, I'm glad I didn't take that trade. However, it turned around and reversed and did extremely well. And in fact, if you continue to hold it, you'd have seen it just continue on up and up and up. So there's Mark right there. So Mark says signal return is cumulative return for active signals over the covered period. Right. Just like I was saying. Thanks, Mark. So that's Mark. Mark's one of our co-founders there. So I appreciate Mark jumping in on the chat. All right, let's go to the next question. Oh, okay. April asked that question right there. Awesome. Josiah says, any planned integrations with brokers like Fidelity and Interactive Brokers to automatically or easily buy and close trades? Josiah, dude, when that happens, it is going to be awesome. It's going to put me out of a job because I'm going to just set it up and I'm going to just run that at that point. I know that that is on the roadmap for the future. I just don't know when. We've got a lot of stuff that we're working on ahead of time, but that is absolutely 100% on the roadmap. I just couldn't tell you exactly when that's going to happen. Kitsu guy, if you average all the buy and hold period, all the sell points given Outlier, what's the average holding time? That's a good question. Let's jump in and let's look at a few. So we've got Tesla here, average holding time 17 days. We've got the S&P average holding time 19 days. Apple average holding time 22 days. Nvidia average holding time 16 days with 1100% return. Jeepers creepers. 16 days average holding period, and you made 1100%. That's unreal. Boeing average holding time 26 days. So basically what I'm seeing here is somewhere between 15 and 25 days, give or take. We built this for swing traders, right? We don't want the day trading get rich quick crowd to come through and say, oh, I got to buy and sell all day long in order to make this work. No, that's not for you. That's not for us. And that's not the kind of customer we're looking for. We're looking for people who are ready to grow their portfolio in the easiest way possible. At least that's how I look at it, right? We're looking to have people who are ready to leverage AI and to show them when to get in and out without having to stress. That's, at the end of the day, that is what this tool is built for. How to get in and out of stocks with the least amount of stress. Now, we do have some other cool features inside of Outlier, right? And when you use Outlier, you can stop wasting time searching the internet for the latest stock rumors, only to be disappointed when you lose money because the rumors are all out of date by the time you hear them, right? But Outlier's advanced AI is ahead of all the rumors, and it's going to stop you from freaking out because you sold at the bottom or bought at the top. Relying on expensive financial advisors who tell you to just blindly buy mutual funds, you can just forget about doing that. Because when you use Outlier, you can start seeing instant results. In fact, we had somebody, I think it was on NVIDIA. They were in the Discord and they were talking about NVIDIA. And they were saying, why would I look to buy NVIDIA? I think NVIDIA is already overbought. I think NVIDIA has already reached its overbought point, and that was on January 8th. And you turn around and you got that signal right there on January 9th, and it's gone up and up and up and up and up and up. This is actually higher than I expected. And up and up and up and up and up. And it's gone up nearly $100 a share in 12 days. Right after getting the Outlier buy signal, it just exploded higher. I don't know. Maybe the people who are buying NVIDIA also saw the Outlier buy signal, and so that's why everybody's buying it right now. I'm not so sure. Maybe that's the case. Or maybe Nancy Pelosi's out there buying it, right? That's probably more likely. But we got that Outlier return after people thought that it had already made its move. And then that's when the move actually really happened, right? So you can see those instant results. That doesn't mean past performance is not indicative of future results, right? Of course, every trade you put on has the possibility to lose, but you can start seeing these bull and bear lists and get started right away, right? I mean, you log into Outlier, the very first thing you're going to be presented with is the watch list, which is definitely one of my favorite pieces. Alex says, wouldn't the greed signal be through the roof? Let's take a look. I actually don't know. It's getting there. It's going up there. It's not the darkest green I've ever seen so far, Alex. That's a good question, but it's moving its way on up. Yeah. And that's what you want. You want a healthy dose of greed to help push that stock price higher, right? Wouldn't you say? You want enough people who are also trying to get in, but you got in a little bit ahead of them. And now it's getting pushed higher and higher. And Outlier is going to let you know when that fear and greed gets a little bit too greedy, and you can just pop right on out, right? But now you can get started right away. We have this extremely limited time deal. Now with Outlier, you have opportunities that are absolutely huge, and the price is super small. And I just wanted to put into context with this, right? So if you follow this Boeing trade, and let me pop this up here, just in Boeing, which is so cool to me. I love looking at this because Boeing got a sell signal on December 28th. In the last 20 days, Boeing doors have been falling off. Boeing wheels have been falling off. I heard there was I just heard this yesterday, so I don't know all the details. There was a cargo plane that burned up in the sky somewhere. Hopefully everything was okay, but I don't know how it could be okay if it burns up in the sky. That was a Boeing plane. And then yesterday, Alaska Airlines CEO came out saying just how bad the Boeing planes are right now. The quality is absolutely just tanking. But we got a sell signal before all that crap hit the fan, right? Before all that stuff hit the fan, and Boeing has been in free fall. Right? It went down 23% in a span of 11 days. Since the sell signal came right here, it's gone down 23%. But if you had followed the buy signal right before that point, let me see if I can zoom in for just a 3-month. Yeah. If you had bought the buy signal on November 6th, you would have seen, I've got it up here, I moved it. This was the buy signal, a 34% gain, $68, all the way up there. All the way up. Now, I wanted to share just how much of a difference that is, right? So if you made $68 following that buy and sell signal, just that one signal, right? $68 is going to cover nearly the entire cost of this lifetime license that we're talking about here. But if you traded it with 100 shares, you'd have nearly 10x return compared to what the cost of this lifetime access is going to be with Outlier. With just one share, you'd have nearly covered the whole thing. With 100 shares, we're talking gobs of more profit than it would take to just grab Outlier today. And you're finally going to be able to sleep good at night knowing that you've got the world's best AI stock trading assistant working for you. Now, this is normally priced at $69 a month, but if you go to outlierdeal.com, that's OVTLYR deal.com, it's one price, $79 for lifetime access. Now, this is going to be ending soon, and we will not ever have this. Mark says 86x the cost. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Clearly, my math was off. 86x. In fact, let me go in here and save that. Let me go in here and adjust my PowerPoint real quick, Mark. It would be nearly 86x what Outlier cost. 86x compared to the cost of Outlier. We can do that. Control S. So head on over to OVTLYRdeal.com and you can see exactly what is included in that, right? And the way that I look at it, right, is if we're really talking numbers and putting a comparison on things, right? I ate tons of Tic Tacs. Oh, that's kind of messing up through my green screen. Look at this. I could probably like disappear behind it. I ate tons of Tic Tacs. And the way that I look at it is like, if I'm getting the lifetime license for $79, it's less than the cost of a Tic Tac over the cost of a lifetime, right? Less than the cost of a Tic Tac each day, right? So that's OVTLYRdeal.com to get that lifetime access. And as we are wrapping up here, I just want to reiterate that we normally price it as $69 a month, but right now it's looking at $79 lifetime access. So are there any additional questions? And if not, I will look to see you guys in the Discord and see you all in the trading room later today. But I definitely want to open the floor for any other questions before I head out. I'll give you just a second to type them in. And I appreciate all y'all coming as well. We do this style of webinar every other week. I love to cover all the best names, all of the names that are in the news right now, Boeing especially, NVIDIA especially, Apple especially. Alex says, do you set stop losses when opening the trade? So I do, Alex. Good question. So let's jump into the Discord. So Alex, inside of the Discord, in the 10-minute trading options here, you'll see exactly every single trade that I take. And sometimes they don't work out, and that's okay, right? I am completely used to having losing trades, and I think you should too. And the way that I set a stop loss is I set it on a ATR value. ATR is the average true range of a stock. Let me drop that onto the chart here. So the ATR value, for example, when it peaked right here on Boeing, was about $5.13. So the ATR, the way that I set this, and I actually studied under 5 different market wizards, and this is the way that they taught me how to do it. The way that the ATR works is it's the average true range over a period that you set. In this case, it's 14 days. Now, in that 14-day period, the average range of a candle is about $5. And so what I do is I say, okay, I don't want to work that hard against me. If a stock's not going my direction, I want to get right on out. So I set a half ATR as my personal stop loss. And that's not included inside of the Outlier platform, but it is included inside of Outlier. Like it's part of Outlier because all of the trading rooms that we do every single day are part of that. And we have the links for them in the Discord. And up here, we keep track of all the events as well. And every historical trading room is right here. You can see every one for 2024, and we're going to keep track of it from that point and beyond. And every real trade that I've ever put on is right here in the 10-minute trading, swing trading options. We want to make sure that you have everything at your fingertips to get started and to get the best opportunity to grow your portfolio. So that's why we give you this incredible tool with Outlier. We give you daily trading rooms to follow along, make your own trades, and just make it easy on you, right? Let Outlier do the hard work for you. And Alex is asking, what is your position sizing strategy? Alex, hear me out. Head into the Discord, go down to the how to trade in 10 minutes section, click this link right here that says download the PowerPoint that Chris uses in his trading. Once you get there, that's exactly the PowerPoint that I use every single day. And I have the calculation for position sizing right there. So beyond the scope of what we're going to cover in this web class, but that's precisely exactly how I hit my position sizing. So I hope that helps. And Alex, I hope to see you in the trading room. And everyone else, thank you so much for coming to today's live web class. We're going to be doing this every other Friday. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to head on over to outlierdeal.com. That's OVTLYR deal.com. OVTLYR deal.com. Flash that up on the screen one last time. Be sure to head to OVTLYRdeal.com to get your lifetime access for just $79. All right. Thank you all so much for coming. I will see you in the Alex says excellent. Thanks. I'll see you in the trading room and over on Outlier. Thanks so much. See you soon.